Hey guys, welcome to week 6 lesson 2. For this mini lesson we are looking at two-way tables. So I'm going to show you what a two-way table looks like later, but for now our learning intention is to understand how they represent information and to be able to construct a two-way table. So by the end of this you should be able to read a two-way table and answer questions and be able to construct one from information you've been given. So let's go through some notes. So a two-way table. It is a table that has rows and columns. So these rows and columns then show a record of the results of an experiment, and they group it into different categories. So to show you, so it just helps, it's very good for organising. So if I show you what a two-way table looks like for a start. So a two-way table will usually be like this, a 4x4. In the end ones here, you'll always have totals. And you'll see why that's important later. And then we'll often have our headings. So this will be whether they chose something and whether they did it. So if we go back to our example of 100 people with the Mac and PC. Okay, so what we'll do is then we'll make our headings. We'll put up here Mac and then no Mac, PC, no PC. Okay, so what we're told is that there was 100 people. Okay, so we'll put our 100 in there. We know that. From our last one, we were told, so I'm going to just put in the information and then I'll read out what it means. Okay, so the things to look for in a two-way table. Down here, this bottom corner in the right is always the total of how much all up. Okay, then if we look across here, if we read across here, this tells us the people who own a PC. So this first one here tells us that they own both a PC and a Mac. Then this one here tells us a PC but no Mac. Then overall, the total of people who own a PC. So 62 people own a PC. Then we look down here, we've got no PC, but they own a Mac, 31 people. No PC, no Mac, 7 people. And then our total ones are here, again here. So 38 people don't have a PC. Then if we look down, we've got the Mac, and there's a total of 43 people who own a Mac. And then we've got no Mac, and there's a total of 57 people who don't own a Mac. So that's how we read them, and I'll show you an example so that you can sort of get used to how it works. So let's do an example. Okay, so our example is at a car yard there's 24 cars and they're tested for the fuel that they use. 18 of the cars run on petrol, 8 cars run on gas, three cars run on both petrol and gas. So we've been given bits of the information. So let's start with labeling up the top what we want. So we know that in the overall total, we've got 24. So we can put that down in the bottom straight off. Let's put gas up here. And then we'll put petrol here. Okay, so let's start with that. So we know all up we had 24. We've got 3 cars that run on both petrol and gas. So we'll put that there. We know that much. We've got 18 cars that run on petrol. Okay, so let's put our 18 there because we know all up there's 18. Then we can do the same. We've got 8 cars that run on gas, and we'll put that down here. So now we're going to play a bit of a game of fill in the blanks. So if we look at this, obviously we're going to have 3 plus something will equal 8. So we're going to fill in the blank. So 3 plus 5 will equal 8. So we've got 5 cars that run on gas but not petrol. So then we do the same thing here. 3 plus something will equal 18, so we'll put 15 in there. Okay? Now, obviously 18 plus something is going to equal 24. So we look and we go, okay, that's going to be 6. So we look at this, 5 plus something equals 6, and that's going to be 1. 15 plus 1 is 16. Make sure 8 plus 16 equals 24, and we're good. So we filled it in. Okay, so sometimes you'll be given parts of information and you've got to fill in the blanks. The good thing with two-way tables is that's really easy to do. So now we've got some questions that go with it. So we've got, how many cars do not run on gas? So the bonus about two-way tables is we look and we go, no gas column, total down the bottom, and it's 16. Okay, so we've got then, how many cars run on neither petrol nor gas? So that's going to be this little guy down here, the poor old lonely 1 car. Must run on diesel then. Then our last part of the question is, find the probability that a randomly selected car runs on gas. So when we say it runs on gas, it doesn't say only gas. So we're going to look at the total down the bottom. So you've got 8. Remember our total is 24, so that's automatically going to be the bottom. Then we've got runs on only gas. So if you look, we've got to go the no petrol one. So that's 5 out of the 24 cars. So then we've got how many cars run on gas or petrol. So pretty much all of them except for 1. So really that's just 23 on 24. But if you find you've got one with different numbers, we would normally go 3 on 24 plus 15 on 24 plus 5 on 24. Okay? And then that'll still give you the 23 on 24. So that is how a two-way table works. I don't have a try yourself for this lesson, sorry. So good luck.